To make an oil filter strap wrench, you're going to need some seatbelt material, about 2 feet of it, and 1/2 inch square tubing. About 6 inches or longer would work. When picking your square tubing, pick something that a ratchet would fit into, like so. One that turns it real well. Your seatbelt material is 2 inches wide, which means you're going to have to take your square tubing and make a mark 2.5 inches like that from the end. Using a circular saw with a metal cutting wheel, you're going to cut down the mark you made and stop at 2.5 inches, just on this one wall. You do not want to go all the way through. So be sure to set the depth of your saw accordingly. So here you see I've taken the saw and I've cut the slit out all the way down to about 2.5 inches. Because of the curvature of the wheel, you can see we've left a little metal here that we're going to have to clean out. And I'll use a drill bit to clean that out. Drill down and even use it to mill it out a little bit. So about 1 inch up this way, I tapped and drilled a hole. And that hole is so it'll receive a screwdriver that you can use as a handle to turn your wrench. So now let me just explain real quick how this goes together. You're going to take your seatbelt material and you're going to put the ends together like so. Now this will actually slide in to the slit you made, and the loop will stick out like that. Now before we slide it in there, in order for it not to pull out, we're going to have to create some bulk by making a few loops and stitching the loops with a sewing awl. On my sewing awl I used a waxed cord, pretty thick, real strong. If you don't know how to use a sewing awl, you can go to my channel, YouTube channel, and I actually have a video on the basic stitch with a sewing awl. Very useful skill to learn. So now I'm getting ready to sew these together. So I kind of put them together like that, and then I'll loop this one over the top of this one. That bulks the end up pretty good, as you can see, and I'll run a stitch across here. So I went ahead and looped the seatbelt material and slid it in here. Now to close this end, you can either vise it closed, you can put it on an anvil and smash the ends together, or if you want to do a little quick spot weld on here, quick enough to where you're not going to burn the material, maybe have some water handy to cool it off quick. You could close that gap that way, and that way the strap will not slide out that way. And of course we have already stitched the loops in, so you can't pull that out now. So at this point we could stop and we'll have a perfectly useful wrench. We have the hole that you can put the screwdriver in for the handle, and we also have the right size square tubing that will receive the ratchet. Even though this will work just fine like the store-bought ones, I would like to add some modifications to really make this unique and efficient. I like multi-purpose tools. I had this idea once I get this together. I would take a socket extension like this, and I'd cut it about right here. I would weld this piece on the inside here to receive a ratchet, and I would weld this piece sticking out from here that I could put a socket on. Completely optional. Must know how to weld to do that. But I thought it'd be a nice multi-purpose tool that way. So I tacked these together real quick just to kind of show what my idea is here. Of course I don't have the strap in because I've been welding on this and I don't want to melt it. But on the socket extension that I cut, since I had that one piece, I didn't want to throw it away. I thought I'd use it. So I'm going to weld, and of course I'll finish the weld on this. I just tacked these right now. I'm going to, I put that on the end of this so it'll actually now receive this ratchet. And it's made for it, so it was a good use of that end. And this end, of course, so you can take the screw out of the oil pan. You can put pretty much any socket on there that will fit for any oil pan. And it also makes a nice handle you can grab and turn the wrench as well. Or, of course, you can use your ratchet or a screwdriver that goes in the hole. So there's 3 ways to turn it. You just choose one. So that's a nice multi-purpose tool. I'll go ahead and finish it and we'll see what it looks like. So here we have my all-in-one oil changing tool. I have a strap wrench that will grab the oil filter, and I even have a little handle here that I can help turn loose or tighten up a little bit. I have the hole for the screwdriver that creates another turning handle. I have the socket extension I cut in half. This end I welded on will receive a ratchet, again to help turn the tool. And then the other end of the extension will receive sockets that will be used to take the plug out of the oil pan.